This one? Okay. Test, 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 test. Okay. Okay. All right, Ohio State and Dayton coming up in just a couple minutes, folks. We'll be with you here in just a minute. Good evening, everyone, from the National Trails Parks and Rec Department Chiller Rink in Springfield, Ohio. Welcome again to University of Dayton Flyer Hockey. My name is Kent Jacobs, along with producer and director Jeff Duford. We welcome you again to Flyer Hockey tonight, taking on in-state rival, the Ohio State Buckeyes out of Columbus. The Flyers coming in with a record of 2-6, while the Ohio State Buckeyes, this is, of course, is their club team. They do have a varsity NCAA program as well. But this club program for the Buckeyes coming in with a record of 2-9-1. They are coached by Kyle Ahrens. Assistant coach is Chris Wilk. The Dayton Flyers are coached by Tony Morris. Assistant coaches are Chris Sands, Brendan Moravec, and Chad Morris. The Flyers coming off a big win against the Ohio Bobcats, a thrilling shootout win a couple of weeks ago, and they're going to try to keep it up against these Buckeyes tonight. The Flyers will be in their home sweaters, which are the Chapel Blue, or also called Columbia Blue. It's kind of a light blue with red trunks, while the Ohio State Buckeyes are in their familiar scarlet and gray, scarlet red uniforms with the gray and white trim. In goal to start the game for Ohio State is Tom Wazalowski. Wazalowski is 6', 155, out of Columbus. One with goals against of .535 and an .880 save percentage. And for the Dayton Flyers, we'll wait to see who's going to come out between the pipes to start the game for Dayton. He is on his way out here, and as soon as he turns his back, I'll see who that is. That is Tavian Parks. Tavian Parks comes in with a record of 2-4, a 465 goals against, and an 874 save percentage. He pitched a shutout the first game of the season against Maryland, and he was the winner in last game against the Ohio Bobcats. Tavian Parks gave up only 3 goals in that game. So Tavian is ready to go in net. He is a freshman out of Uniontown, Ohio, a business entrepreneur major, likes to play baseball and golf and hang out with his friends. So we are all set, ready for action. We, as you can see from your computer screen or telephone screen, we are at one end of the rink. So the Ohio State goal is way at the other end. And Tavian Parks in net for Dayton has his back to us right down in front of us. Puck has dropped. We're playing 20-minute periods, and we're underway from the Springfield Chiller. There's a shot, and Parks the save right off the bat as Valentino Carriario pulled the trigger on a shot. Flyers come back the other way. And puck wrapped around the Buckeye net. Half a minute in, no score. And the puck is cleared by the Buckeyes all the way down behind the Dayton net. And as Brett Smith picks up the puck, gives it to referee Jeremy Lee, icing is called on the Ohio State Buckeyes. Tom Wesolowski in the net for the Buckeyes, 6 foot, 155. So he's kind of a beanpole down there. Loose puck back in the Buckeye zone. Carriario tried to carry it out, but he was stripped of the puck. And the Buckeyes clear the zone. Back to get it for the Flyers was Owen Meichenbaum, and a pass, then a return pass back carries all the way down the length of the rink, and that'll cause a stoppage with 18:51 to go in period number 1. Face off to the left of the Buckeye net. Declan Ployce pass is broken up, and back come the Buckeyes. Here's a chance for Ohio State. A shot, backhander off the stick of Ohio State's Connor Williamson right on net, and Parks the save. Connor Williamson, 5'9", 160 out of St. Louis. I spoke to him before the game. He helped me out with the pronunciations of a couple of Buckeye names, and we were able to discuss one of my favorite topics, which is St. Louis Blues hockey. Declan Ployce clears not out. It's picked up for the Flyers by Federico. Now it's loose at the center red line, picked up for the Buckeyes by Sam Gaffney. Sam Gaffney, leading scorer of the Buckeyes. He has scored 8 goals already this season. Flyers take the puck away in their own end. Ployce, backhand pass is picked up for UD. That was Federico, and Ployce picks it back up and passes to center ice, and that is off a stick. And the Buckeyes back to get it. 2.5 minutes into a scoreless first period. From the Springfield Chiller, there are several chiller rinks all over Ohio. I think 4 of them. A couple of them in the Columbus area, and then I think one in either Toledo or Youngstown. The referees will carry the face-off all the way back in the Buckeye zone. And no, they're going to move it back to neutral ice, just outside the Buckeye line. From the draw. Puck chopped at high in the Buckeye zone toward the line. Now it's cleared out, back for the Flyers to pick that up. Tom Gillespie. Gillespie now to Smith. Here comes Brett Smith. Works around Nick Williams through neutral ice. And there's a stoppage of play. And we'll have another face-off. With 16:58 to play in the period. From the draw in the Buckeye zone. Puck is cleared all the way down after it for Dayton. Icing waved off. Meichenbaum passes ahead for Spencer DeLeo. DeLeo pass past Nick Williams and down the ice. Out of the net, Wesolowski, Tom Wesolowski. Rims it around the right wing side, but not out. Buckeyes have to chase the puck down again. Puck flip to center. And now back go the Buckeyes again. Puck stripped away. Here's a chance for the Flyers. Wesolowski down, and they score! What a play. Let's see if we can get the number of the Flyer that stole the puck. And that was Tommy Rutherford. So Tom Rutherford gets the goal. And for Tom, that's his 5th of the season. He leads the Flyers now in that department. Got a message earlier from Ogie O. Says, let's go Flyers. Tavian Parks makes the stop on a Buckeye shot, and he covers up. My screen, is it just my phone? Okay. From the draw in the Flyer zone with 15.5 to play in the first period with the Flyers up 1-0. Moving the puck ahead is Tommy Sieve. A nice freshman season for Tommy Sieve. He's been a welcome addition, as have all the Flyer freshmen this season. Sieve again picks up the puck. He starts out. He gets past Sullivan Planson of Ohio State. Declan Ployce has it now. Declan's pass broken up. Stolen by the Buckeyes. There's a nice defensive play for the Flyers. That was by Luke Federico to prevent a shot from taking place. There's a Buckeye shot off the side of the Flyer cage. Now here's Planson. Planson drops it back to the point. Now to the right point. Screen shot off a stick and high and wide. Planson, return pass stolen away for the Flyers. That was by Sebastian Althoff, and his pass carries the length of the rink, and that'll be icing against Dayton. Seabass, I think, frustrated that the pass got away from him. Got a message from Kelly Ward, says, way to go, Tommy. Tommy Sieve. From the faceoff in the Dayton zone. Puck rimmed up along the right wing side and cleared all the way down. Wazalowski out of the net to set it up. And the Buckeyes come on a rush this way. Now the puck is stripped by the Flyers. Wazalowski has to stop a shot. And now the Buckeyes come back. There's a pass, backhand shot off the stick of Connor Williamson. Stick save by Parks. Rebound still live. Here's Williamson behind the Dayton net. Pass over on the left wing, stolen away for the Flyers. Now volleyed back behind the Dayton net. Back to get it, Dayton's Brett Smith. Smith hits around Sam Gaffney. Pass carries all the way down into the Buckeye zone. 13:10 left in period number one. Dayton on a goal by Tom Rutherford. Leads at 1-0. Tom Rutherford, sophomore out of Chicago, business major. Likes to go fish when he's not playing hockey. Loose puck in the Dayton zone, picked up by Meichenbaum. He bangs it around to the right wing side, then it's knocked back right back to the left side. And the Flyers come back. There's a shot. Wazalowski the save, and he's able to cover the rebound. Wazalowski, the number 2 goalie on the depth chart for Ohio State. The number 1 goalie is a young man out of Apex, North Carolina, Mike Beck. He's got a .489 goals against average. Loose puck in the Buckeye zone with 12.5 to play in the period. For Ohio State, Matt Dabrowski trying to clear it. Flyers hold it in. Now it's dumped back into the Dayton end. Circling his own net for the Flyers is Mark Piketty. Piketty's pass on left wing to center. Deflects away down the ice. The Buckeyes have to go get it. They clear the zone, and the Flyers, Meichenbaum has it. Meichenbaum to Sieve. Sieve's pass. And a shot pad save by Wazalowski. Declan Ployce is able to chuck the puck back in behind the Ohio State net. Flyers have done a good job in this first period, trying to keep the puck as much as possible out of their own zone. There's a puck that shot up over the boards onto the Dayton bench and by a Buckeye player, and that will result in a face-off on the center dot at neutral ice. From the face-off, puck shot back in deep into the Buckeye zone. Puck tips up high along the boards at center, and there's a whistle and hand pass. Okay. Puck knocked down with a hand pass. And that will result in a face-off with 10:50 to play in the period. Got a message from Brian Jones. Hey, Kent, enjoying the call. As always, thank you, Brian. Also, this camera position reminds me of my seats at United Center in Chicago. Hey, and we have some Chicagoans here. Louise Sclafani is here, and Liam McClemens' mom and her husband are here from Chicago. So we've got some Chicagoans here, Brian, and I'm sure if they've been to United Center, then this might remind them of that as well. There's a shot that's blocked by the Flyers' Tom Gillespie. Now here's Brett Smith. Smith over the line and into the Buckeye zone, and the puck comes in on Wesolowski. Hey, Louise, enjoying the view up here? Yeah. Yep. And we're back to action in the Ohio State zone, past the midway point of this first period. Flyers up 1-0. Here's a shot off the stick of Amadio Cantini, and a save made by Tavian Parks. Buckeyes have a couple of the great names in this league. Amadio Cantini and Valentino Carriero. Nine minutes to play in the period. A goal by Tom Rutherford has the Flyers on top, 1-0. Loose puck behind the Dayton net. It's rimmed around for DeLeo. Outlet pass broken up. It's picked up by the Flyers, Althoff, and then the puck drifts in on Wesolowski, and he'll make the stop. Face off back in the Buckeye zone. Sieve holds it in at the right point. Dumps it into the corner. Several players prodding at the puck down there. Sieve again trying to hold it in. He's trying to fight off Sam Gaffney. And here come the Buckeyes. Down this way. Circling back is Gaffney. Gaffney, dangerous player, tries to center the puck. It's intercepted for the Flyers by Big Ted Stuber. Now here's Tommy Sieve around his net. Gets past Matt Dabrowski. Pass into the Buckeye zone for Stuber, but it's intercepted, and back come the Buckeyes. Nice play by Brett Smith, just pickpocketing a Buckeye player. Just takes the puck away off his stick and dumps it back down to the Buckeye zone. 7:15 to go in the period. Teams change. Here come the Buckeyes. And that play is offside as one of the Buckeyes was in ahead of the puck. And the face-off will be on the Flyer side of center ice. Late night college hockey from Springfield, Ohio, which is northeast of Dayton. From the draw, Flyers clear their zone. It's volleyed around at center ice. Buckeyes pick it up. There's a shot, save, Parks. Rebound cleared by Seabass, Sebastian Althoff. Down to 6:40 left in the period. Here's another rush by the Buckeyes. Loose puck, center point. It's picked up there by Planson, and he's unable to pull the trigger on a shot before the Flyers clear the zone. Sullivan Planson, spelled Plancon. Loose puck into the Flyer zone. Here's a chance for the Buckeyes, and unable to control the puck was Valentino Carriero, the 6-foot, 180-pound forward from Chagrin Falls, Ohio. Here's another rush by the Buckeyes, but it was 1-on-3, and that was Carriero once again. Carriero spelled Carriero. He had a fast break there, but he was working against 3 Flyers. Not much of a chance for him on that play. Sonny Clark will take the draw for Dayton against Dylan Smith. Loose puck along the right wing boards at center. Cleared by Pichetti. Over for, it looks like, DeLeo. But the Buckeyes break that up. At center ice, Stuber dumps it in for Dayton into the Buckeye zone. 5 minutes to play, first period. Dayton and the blue sweaters. There's a shot. Wazalowski the save, and he'll hold on to the rebound. Dayton on a goal by Tom Rutherford leads it 1-0. And there's a stoppage of play. I'd like to thank our friend Luis Sclafani for bringing us, Jeff and I, both a pizza from Lou Malnati's in Chicago. Brian Jones, you may be familiar with that establishment. A couple of frozen pizzas that we'll enjoy at home. 4:40 to go in the period. Loose puck in the Buckeye zone. And they're still playing hot potato with it. It's rimmed around to the right wing side, and the Buckeyes clear the zone. Trying to pick it up there was Matt Dabrowski. There's a shot off the stick of the Buckeyes' Jack Camp that was high and wide of the Flyer net. Flyers come back the other way, and a play does not unfold the way the Flyers wanted it to. 4 minutes left in the period. Dabrowski has the puck taken away from him at center. There's a collision between one of the Flyer players and a Buckeye player in the corner over down yonder, and one of the Flyer players bites the dust, and there's going to be a scuffle down behind the Buckeye net along the end boards. One of the Flyers players went down, and there was some pushing and shoving. And now that activity is broken up by the referees, where there are going to be any penalties meted out here. It looks like Sebastian Althoff is going in for Dayton. That's interesting. One of the Flyer players it went down. That started everything. So I thought maybe a Buckeye player would go in, but instead it looks like, if I saw the number right, it looks like number 5, I think Seabass. They should post it on the scoreboard, so we should be able to confirm that. .338 left in the period. They still haven't posted anything on the scoreboard penalty-wise. But it looks like somebody went in. Did it look like somebody went in for... What? Oh, both teams. Okay. That was Sebastian Althoff for Dayton, so I did get that number right. Nothing yet posted for Ohio State. Let's see. Now, there it is. Okay. And it is Jack Camp. Jack Camp out of Columbus. In the box for Ohio State is Sebastian Althoff out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, in the box for Dayton. Here's a nifty move and a shot. And that puck was off the stick and over the glass. That shot off the stick of Matt Dabrowski almost went in. Yes, I think Parks got a stick on it to deflect it up high. Nifty move by Matt Dabrowski. We're 4-on-4, 3:17 to go in the period. The penalties have 1:40 left each. 4-on-4, which if I were king, we'd play 4-on-4 all the time. It's just wide open, just a lot more action, I think, 4-on-4. Kevin Bora will take the draw for Dayton against Sullivan Planson of Ohio State. The referee, Jeremy Lee, is having a word at the scorer's table about something. Maybe it's about the time. I don't know. We're all set and ready for a face-off, but there's... What do you think's going on down there, Jeff? Hard to tell. Well, now we're back and ready. Puck is dropped. Puck rimmed around to the right wing side, not out of the Dayton zone. Buckeyes hold it in. From the right wing, or left wing, rather. Oh, 4-on-3, another penalty. That's what it was. Okay, thanks, Jeff. Dabrowski had it. So it's 4-on-3. There was another Dayton penalty. This one, here's Dabrowski. There's a shot. It's off a stick up high and over the glass. This second Dayton penalty is on Tom Gillespie. Tom Gillespie out of Chicago, a junior. A big chance for the Buckeyes to try to tie the game before the end of the period. Dabrowski drops it back to the point. Now back to the center point. Now along the right wing. There's a screen shot and the save made by Parks. Dabrowski fighting for it with Sieve. He gets it over to Gaffney. Gaffney, left wing circle to Dabrowski. He couldn't control the pass. Sieve trying to steal it. Dabrowski gets it back. Back to the circle. Shot and the save by Parks off the stick of Sam Gaffney. Buckeyes still have it in the Flyer zone. 4-on-3. Shot and it's deflected off the stick of Dabrowski of Ohio State up over the glass, and we'll have a face-off. So the penalties right now, coinciding minors, Althoff of Dayton and Camp of Ohio State, and then for the Buckeye, or for the Flyers, Gillespie is in. From the draw on the Dayton zone. Rashad, and it's kicked out by Tavian Parks. And it just got past the left post after he was able to kick it out with a skate. Buckeyes hold the puck in, and it's off the stick of Smith, Dylan Smith. Flyers clear the zone. And there's only 10 seconds left in the Gillespie minor as the two corresponding minors now are expired. So the Flyers escape what is a very dangerous 4-on-3 situation. And there is going to be some more discussion. Just 7 seconds left in the Gillespie minor. Referee Lee is having a word with the scorers table, and the Buckeyes are, there's going to be somebody else go in, I think. It is going to be on Ohio State, and is going to be Mr. Connor Williamson. 2 minutes. I mentioned Connor Williamson earlier, St. Louis native. It was nice to speak to him before the game. He helped me out on a couple of the Buckeye team pronunciations. Here's a shorthanded chance for the Buckeyes. Parks, did he stop it? No, they score. It is able to bounce in off the pad of Parks. And that goal was scored by Valentino Carriero. And with just 1:18 left in the period, some nifty stick work. Carriero was able to steal the puck from two Flyers. He comes all the way down, and a nifty backhand shot. I thought Parks might have stopped it for a moment, and I lost sight of the puck for a moment, but it was down in the net. So that's a shorthanded goal for Ohio State. And we're all knotted up at one apiece. So a big, big goal for the Buckeyes, who've, here's another chance. Return pass, and they score! Matt Dabrowski with a great setup by Carson Johnston. Wow, what a pass from Johnston to Matt Dabrowski. And that's a goal with just a minute left in the period. It gives the Buckeyes a 2-1 lead. Matt Dabrowski, 6 foot out of Brecksville, Ohio. Half a minute left in the period. Now with the Buckeyes suddenly up 2-1. There's a shot by Tommy Sieve. It's blocked in front. 25 seconds left in the period. Flyers trying to get their offense back. Loose puck in the corner, picked up by one of the Flyers. Just 5 seconds left. Puck still in the Ohio State zone. Centering pass. And the buzzer sounds as Wesolowski is able to corral the puck. And that'll do it for this first period. We got a message from William Jones. Says, okay, enjoying the broadcast. Thank you, William. Well, everything was peachy until a couple of minutes ago. Two quick goals right at the end of the period. Suddenly, what was a 1-0 Dayton lead is now a 2-1 Ohio State lead. Quick recap of the scoring. We don't have assists. There's no public address here, and we don't have any way to get a hold of the scores table. So we don't have assists, but goals, and these goals are unofficial. The scoring was opened up by the Flyers' Tom Rutherford. For Tom, his 5th goal of the season. And that gave the Flyers a 1-0 lead. And then that lead held up through most of the period until suddenly a shorthanded chance for the Buckeyes, Val Carriero, his 4th goal of the season. Very nice play, shifting from forehand to backhand, and he was able to flip it point blank toward the Dayton net. Parks looked like he had the angle covered near the post, but it joggled around and dropped in just over the goal line, and that tied the game at 1 apiece. And then a very nice setup for the Buckeyes. Matt Dabrowski out of Brecksville, Ohio. He received a pass from Carson Johnston out of Croton, Ohio. I have no idea where that is. But for Johnston, that would have been his 7th assist on the season. And for Dabrowski, his 5th goal of the season. And that capped the scoring. So after 1, it is Ohio State 2 and Dayton 1. And do you have shots, Jeff? Okay. So thanks, Jeff. Unofficially, the shots on goal after 1, Ohio State 14, Dayton 12. So they are resurfacing the ice. I lost my screen. Hold on, folks. There we go. So I think we got all the messages. So the schedule coming up, again, there's been some discrepancies along the way. And I'm sure most of you are tied in with Flyer players, so you probably get this scuttlebutt or whatnot. But the Flyers lost a home date. December 9th was going to be against Indiana Tech, but apparently that game went poof. Maybe Indiana Tech went poof. I don't know. But that game on December 9th, I've been told by Coach Tony Morris, has been canceled. And he said he tried to find an opponent to play a home game on that date, but he said that he has been unsuccessful in doing so. So at this point, I kind of doubt whether he'll be able to. So it looks like no game on the 9th. So it looks like after this, the Flyers' next game will be here on December 1st. And December 1st, that's a Saturday, is it, Jeff? December 1st? Oh, it's a Friday. So December 1st is a Friday, and that game is at 9:40, and that again will be here in Springfield. So that's December 1st. And then there won't be another game until after the holidays. So about a month and a half will go by, or 6 weeks. No, about a month and a half. No, that's right. A month and 12 days. It'll be January 13th before the Flyers play again, and it will be in Kettering, which is our main home rink. And that'll be on the 13th. And then they'll play on the 14th here. Both of those games against the West Virginia Mountaineers. And then on the 20th, they play Xavier. The Flyers do in Kettering on January 20th. And then that's on a Saturday, I think. And then the 27th, the following Saturday, they play against Indiana here. And I'm assuming that that's going to be our senior night. It'll be played in Kettering because their final home game of the season, February 2nd, will be played here. So we won't have, for one thing, we won't have the access to the public address, like how we announce the seniors and everything on senior night. So I'm assuming that we'll be doing senior night in Kettering on January 27th. And the other thing about February 2nd is I won't be there. Jeff will. Jeff is going to be doing at least streaming the game. I don't know if anybody will be doing any commentary. Jeff, maybe I shouldn't say this. Maybe I shouldn't say this publicly. But I asked, we talked about maybe uh, possibly scratch players coming up, and remember you mentioned that. I mentioned that to Tony, and he wasn't too keen on that. He was like, I don't know if I would trust these guys. He thought, I don't know about these guys. It might turn into a circus pretty. Yeah. So, but at least there will be, you'll be able to see the screen and the score. And that's the last game of the season, February 2nd. So that means I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games left with you guys this season. And so unfortunately unfortunate we don't have more left. Let's see, where's okay. Let me make a little note here, Buzz. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get back to the game here, folks. Well, the Zamboni is making its last round or two. Well, where did my, what the heck? Is my phone, and I use old folks' phone, um, consumer cellular 4G. Is this sometimes the problems that I'm having, the problem with all this? No, it's it's the old folks. No, I'm here, but it just keeps conking out. See, I've got it, but it just keeps conking out. Hmm? Oh, yeah, shoot. So mine's way behind. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's on the it's on the game. Flyers are back out. Here come the Buckeyes. It was all right for a while. Well, we're about ready to get back to it here, Jeff. Okay. Okie doke. That's all right. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm there. I'm cockeyed. Yeah, I got it. And yeah, I get it. We got a message. Okay, we're back to live action. Message from Andrew Clark says, "Love the commentary. Keep grinding. Go Sully." That's Sully Clark, number 12. He's a beast. And Kelly Ward says, "Can't you confirm this year's senior night is Saturday, January 27th?" There's a chance in front of the Buckeye net, and Wazalowski is able to keep it out. It's 2-1 Ohio State. We're just underway here in the second period. Both teams at full strength. Here's a check into the boards by Carson Johnston of Ohio State. And here come the Flyers the other way. Puck dumped in on net, turned aside by Wazalowski. Sets it up for Amadio Cantini. He can't get it out. Flyers hold it in. Here's Cantini again. Cantini will just flip it down the ice, and one of the Flyers picks it up. Flyers led it 1-0 for a long time in the first period, and 2 goals just within the last couple of minutes of the period give the Buckeyes the lead. The Flyers, Spencer DeLeo. He's tied up, centering pass by Clark for Rutherford and unable to get a shot away. Rutherford was parked right in front of Wesolowski. Couldn't quite pull the trigger on a shot. Now here's a shot at the other end. And the save made by Tavian Parks. Sorry, folks, got delayed reaction down there at the other end. It's hard sometimes to tell what's going on down there. Flyers tried to come out with a rush, but the puck is taken away by the Buckeyes' Jay Olson. Now the Flyers are able to pick it up. Here's it. Oh, what a play on defense by Michael Kudish to strip a Flyer of the puck who was trying to walk in on net. What a play by Michael Kudish. It's Kudish. Young man out of Columbus. Ogio says plans for Turkey Day, Kent. I'm going to one of my sister's house. A sister who lives in Huber Heights, which is a Dayton suburb. Thank you for asking, Ogie. What are you going to do on Turkey Day? Centering pass attempt. Wesolowski, the save, rebound, a save. Oh, Wesolowski down on his knees is able to reach up and stop a rebound. Big chances for the Flyers to tie the game. Now another chance. Ooh, and able to break up a rush for the Flyers was Andrew Jacks. And now the puck comes in on goal. Wesolowski to stop. Andrew Jacks. It's spelled like Jacques. Jacqueus, but I was told by teammate Connor Williamson that he pronounces it Jacks. He's out of Lake Orion, Michigan, is Andy Jacks. Buckeyes trying to clear their zone. It's loose at the Flyer line, carried into the Dayton zone. Buckeyes trying to hold it in. That was Carriero that held it in. 4 minutes into period number 2, the Ohio State Buckeyes in the scarlet red uniforms are ahead 2-1. Now there's a whistle and a stoppage of play down at the other end of the rink, way down yonder. And puck must have popped up over the glass, and we'll have a face-off at center. From the face-off, puck carried in by Planson into the Dayton zone. He's checked. Flyers pick it up. Trying to start a rush the other way. Pass is intercepted by the Buckeyes. There's a shot. And I don't know if Parks got a piece of that. He stopped that one. Here is Sully Planson. He drops it off. And now Planson has it. Still has it. Planson checked. Stripping the puck and a tip it from Wesolowski to save. Oh, he keeps it out. Whoa, what a stop by Tom Wesolowski. Big chance for the Flyers stealing the puck. That was a great effort. But Wesolowski able to acrobatically keep the puck out of the net. to keep the score at 2-1. Ohio State got a message from Red Temper Defense. Where's Charlie Snyder? I do not know. You would have to ask Coach Tony Morris about that. I don't. I know Charlie Snyder's on the roster, but I haven't seen him. But that's a good question. Ryan Rogers says, "Go Flyers" from Buffalo, New York. Thank you, Ryan. And the Flyers need to go. They need to get going. They put some pressure on this Buckeye net in this period. Wesolowski, though, he's been a tough cookie for Ohio State. Here's Jay Olson, also spelled Ohlsen. There's a shot on net. Tavian Parks makes the stop. 14-13 to play in the period. Flyers open the scoring. Tom Rutherford with a goal. Then right at the end of the first period, 2 quick goals by the Buckeyes, Carriero and Dabrowski. And the Buckeyes are up 2-1. Loose puck down at the Dayton end. It's cleared away, and icing is not waved off. I thought it was going to be waved off, but I thought that Andy Jacks had a chance at it. The referee says he was not able to, he would not have been able to make contact with it. Now they're discussing it. It may not be icy. They might wave it off. In fact, they're going to wave off that icing. Which is what I thought they were going to do. That Jacks had a real shot to play the puck and did not. From the draw, Flyers shot off the stick of Rutherford is blocked, and back comes Dan Seaman of Ohio State. Seaman centers, and it's off a stick and in on goal, and the puck is caught by goalkeeper Tavian Parks. 13.5 to go in the second period. From the face-off, puck is rimmed around to neutral ice along the boards. There's a shot on net again, and Parks will catch that puck. Tavian Parks, very skillful with his glove and also with the blocker. Got a message from Luke Nasoli. I don't know if I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Luke Nasoli says, "Go Flyers." Thanks, Luke. Nice to hear from you this evening. Late night college club hockey from Springfield. Springfield, Ohio, called the Champion City. It was dubbed that back in the 1950s or 60s, one or the other, when the Springfield high school teams won several league championships in different sports, and they decided that was an apropos name for this town. Players collide. Here's behind the net for the Flyers. There was Colin Umhafer, but now there's a whistle. 12.5 even to go in the period. And is there a penalty on this play? Looks like for the Buckeyes, it's going to be Hunter Corna. Corna, spelled C-O-R-N-A. He is 6'1", 180, out of Mars, Pennsylvania. Is that where they make the chocolate? Mars, Pennsylvania, M&M Mars? Could be, Hershey certainly is. Hershey, Pennsylvania. Flyers on the power play. They need to tie this game. Shot. Wesolowski the save. Shot taken by Spencer DeLeo. Spencer, junior out of Buffalo, New York. Face off, it's going to be Johnston for Ohio State winning the draw. Back to Cantini. Cantini trying to shovel it out of the zone. He can't get it. That's rifled down off a stick down the ice. Back to get it, Brett Smith for Dayton. Smith starts right up the gut. Pass up ahead. And that was for Rutherford. It's off of his stick and cleared not out. Puck is loose. Here's Aiden Ward. Ward for Rutherford. Rutherford circles. He gets bumped off the puck. And a shot. And they score. Wow. Spencer DeLeo. Rutherford got stood up on a hard check, and the puck popped off of his stick. Over to DeLeo. Spencer DeLeo, his third goal of the season. That's a power play goal, and the Flyers have tied the game at 2 apiece. So now the teams are back to even strength after the goal. Got a couple of messages we'll take a look at here on the next stoppage of play. We're at the 11-minute mark remaining in the second period, 9 minutes in. There's a blast from the right point off the stick of Carson Johnston. That's blocked in front. Johnston has it. He sidesteps a check by Umhafer and dumps it in the Dayton zone. Puck fought for in the left wing corner of the Dayton zone. About 4 players all vying for the puck. Here come the Flyers. There's a pass intended for Federico that was past him. Back to get it for Dayton is Declan Ployce. Ployce pass on the left wing into the Buckeye zone. A couple of players fight for it. Althoff had it. He's flattened by Smith. But Seabass back on his feet and down the ice. That was a big hit by Dylan Smith. There's a shot on net for Dayton, or for Ohio State, and Dayton's Tavian Parks makes the stop. Got a message from Jabez. Says, "Go Flyers." Show some love to the Australian fans. Well, thank you very much. Much love to any Flyer fans down under. Play continues now. Under 9.5 to go in the second. We're past the midway point of the game. Here is Spencer DeLeo. Centering pass off the stick intended for Clark. Clark gets it back. Sully trying to pass it back to the point, intercepted by Seaman. Now for the Buckeyes is Andy Jacks. Jacks pass up ahead. Here's a semi-breakaway and unable to get a shot off for the Buckeyes was Carter Wilk. Here come the Flyers on another rush, but it stopped on an offside at the Buckeye line. So thank you. I can't pronounce your name, Jabez Osbene. Go Flyers from Australia. Nice to hear from you tonight. Red Temper Defensive Snipe. Okay, I hope they do. And Luke Nasoli says, yes, sir, go Flyers. And Luke Nasoli says, yes, Australia. Thank you, Sean Tucker. Okay. Thanks, Luke. Nice to hear from everybody tonight. Thank you. I appreciate you joining us for some late night college club hockey from Springfield, Ohio. 8:10 to go in the second. We're all knotted up at 2 apiece. Big game for the Flyers. Puck bangs off the dasher behind the net in the Buckeye zone. Picked up by Cantini. Cantini's pass over for Carriero. Return pass broken up. Here come the Flyers. They'll dump it in wide of the Buckeye net. Buckeyes in their own end. Here is Amadio Cantini, and he'll clear the puck all the way down. Icing waved off. Here come the Flyers. Shot off the side of the Buckeye net, off the stick of Constable. Centering pass again. Oh, a big check by Hunter Corna to break up a scoring chance for the Flyers. Under 7 to go in the period. For Ohio State, here is Mike Kudish. He shoots toward the Dayton net, and that is apparently off a stick and over the glass, and we'll have a face-off. .6:38 to play in the second. It's been Rutherford and DeLeo for Dayton, Carriero and Dabrowski for Ohio State. Good goaltender duel tonight. Parks of Dayton, Wazlowski for Ohio State. Wazlowski, the goaltender for Ohio State, it's spelled Wesolowsky. He is out of Columbus. Now we've got a Buckeye penalty, and it's going to be on Matt Dabrowski. Matt Dabrowski, who scored his 5th goal of the season back in the first period, goes in the box. Big power play chance for the Flyers. With the game all tied up at 2, here is Bora behind the net, and the pass along the wall escapes to center. Flyers will have to retreat. Flyers pick it up. There's a shot, and it's blocked in front. Back for the Buckeyes is Cantini, all the way back behind his own net. He's checked into the boards there. Flyers look to get a rush going the other way. 5.5 to go in the period. 1:10 left in the Dayton one-man advantage with a tie score at 2 apiece. Pass at center. Here come the Flyers. Nice check for the Buckeyes. That is by the pesky Dylan Smith, number 11. He's played a very good game on defense today or tonight, I should say, for Ohio State. Flyers come back the other way. Rutherford drops it off. Back to Rutherford in the corner. He drops it back to the point. Left wing circle. Behind his own net for the Flyers was Big Ted Stuber. Pass back to the point, and it escapes to center, and the Flyers have to circle back. There's 10 seconds left in the power play. Flyers didn't get really too much going on in this power play chance. Penalty killed off. 4:20 to go in the period. Come the Flyers again. Aiden Ward tied up. DeLeo centers! Right in front was Rutherford, but the puck hopped over his stick. Big chance for Tommy Rutherford to score his second of the game, but just couldn't quite corral the puck. Puck now loose behind the Dayton net, and it's cleared away. The Buckeyes will cycle back. There's a chance into the Dayton zone. Shot by Robbins, and it's broken up. Now puck cleared out of the Dayton zone. Here come the Buckeyes right back. Hunter Corna. Corna checked. Puck cleared away. Back to get it for the Buckeyes. Andy Jacks. And dump it in the Dayton zone. Back to get it David Drew of Ohio State. 3 minutes to go in the second period. Last couple of minutes, it's been kind of sloppy. We haven't had too much organized passing going on for either team here in the last couple of minutes. Got a message from CS says, "Go Spencer, go Spence, go Spence." Red Temper Defense says, "I've got my popcorn out." That sounds good. Luke Nasoli says, "Dayton money line was so free." I don't know what that means. 2:22 left. Flyers shot right on. Wesolowski the save. That crisp wrist shot off the stick of Mark Piketty. Mark Piketty, a junior defenseman. Face off in the Buckeye zone. Flyers trying to make a play from the draw. Here's a chance. Shot, and that's gloved by Wesolowski. That shot was off the stick of Aiden Ward. Wesolowski, I just noticed, a southpaw. He's got a right-handed trapping glove. From the draw, Cantini of Ohio State. He got ridden into the boards hard. Puck stolen by Rutherford of Dayton. Back to Stuber. Back to Rutherford. It's off his stick, and here comes Sam Gaffney of Ohio State. Gaffney to Dabrowski into the Dayton zone. Dabrowski in the corner. Centers. It's tipped wide. A minute and a half to go in the period. 2-2 the score. And the Flyers are able to clear the zone. Back is Amadio Cantini. Amadio spelled Amaedao. I thought it was Amadeo, but I was told he pronounces it Amadio. Clock stopped with 1:16 to play in the second. Teams change with a stoppage of play. Sieve back on the ice for Dayton, along with DeLeo and Bora. Penalty was on Ohio State. Is that right? Oh, okay. Sorry. Luke Federico Luke Federico, the freshman, out of Long Island, New York, is in the box. Under a minute to play in the second period now. Buckeyes have a power play. They control the action down at the other end. Carson Johnston dumps it in the corner, but the Flyers clear it out. Back to get it for the Bucks is Cantini. His pass off a stick right back to him. Here comes Amadio Cantini. Right wing pass. Wilk into the Dayton zone. Carter Wilk emerges in front to the side of the Dayton net. Now drops it back to the point. There's a shot. Parks the save. Rebound still in front. Another shot, and Parks. Did he got it or did they score? Oh, he got it. Okay, the reaction from the Buckeyes, Carson Johnston, he raised his arms for a moment. I thought, well, gosh, did they score? I thought Parks got it. It must have been actually a reaction out of frustration by Johnston, number 21. Thinking, oh my gosh, we almost had that one. But Tavian Parks, a couple of big saves on this power play for Ohio State. Puck drop with just a few seconds left. And a scramble in front of the Dayton net. And now there is a scuffle. And now a shot to one of the Flyers right in the puss. What the heck? Who is that? Which Flyer is that? I can't see the number. He got popped right in the face mask. But he's okay. Of course, they have the face masks on. I'll try to catch his number. Who got popped? I don't know if I'll be able to see the number. No, I won't be able to. But at any rate, there should be some penalties that are going to result out of that scuffle to end the second period. The score after two in a lively affair at the National Trail Parks and Rec Chiller in Springfield is Ohio State 2 and Dayton 2. The Flyers and the Buckeyes are tangled up. And I would be surprised if there are not any penalties. They will resurface the ice. Nothing put up an addition right now to the minor that is still in play on Federico of Dayton. Now, here we go. 5-minute major on the Flyers. And that is on Connor Constable. And a 2-minute minor on Dan Seaman. Seaman spelled Sieman. And I guess that's all. So I don't know what happened there, but there was on that last tussle in front of the Flyer net, Tavian Parks was down and he made the stop and right at the buzzer. And there was a scrum in front of the Flyer net. And then just off to the side of that scrum, one of the Flyer players he got popped right in the face mask. And I don't know if that was Mr. seaman that did that or not, I don't know. But it looks like that's all that's going to come out of that. So the Flyers get the short end of the stick on that scrum, as Connor Constable will head to the box for 5 minutes. Again, we don't know what the penalties were, since we don't have any public address coming up here to announce what the penalties were. And the officials, I don't know, are they signaling? I don't know if are they really signaling what the penalties are? Like, I haven't seen it. I think maybe they figure nobody's here. I don't know, but it would help us. I should get with them, try to get with the referees here before, and ask them to signal those penalties. But at any rate, so a 5 minute major on Constable and a 2 minute minor on the Buckeyes Seaman. Connor Constable, sophomore out of Long Island, New York. Connor likes to surf and ski when he's not playing hockey. Got a message from Robin Rutherford. Let's go, Tommy. Let's go, Flyers. I'll make the third period count. Thanks, Kent. You're welcome, Robin, for announcing the game. You're quite welcome, Robin. And thanks again to our producer engineer, Jeff Duford, who volunteers his time as well to run the computer and run the camera. And so thanks to Jeff as well every night getting going. He has to try to figure all this stuff out. He's got to figure the glitches and all the other stuff out. So I just come up here and just blab. Without Jeff, I'd just be up here blabbing by myself, and they would send away for someone to sort me out. Oh, mercy sakes alive. Okay. Thanks, Robin. I appreciate your nice message. And I mentioned earlier our pal Louise Scafani. She dropped off a couple of pizzas. Let me hold this up. I'm going to hold up the pizzas, Louise. Louise Scafani brought Jeff and I each a frozen pizza from an establishment called Lou Malnati's in Chicago. It's a deep dish sausage and mega cheese pizza. And so thanks very much again to Louise. And Louise and her husband are here out of Chicago. Thanks again. They're here to watch Liam McClemens play today. And got a message from Chazbo 3000. Says, thank you, Kent and Jeff. Welcome, Chazbo 3000. Thanks for that nice message. And just great to have everybody with us. I'm glad you were able to join us on a late Friday night. My goodness gracious. Almost 11 o'clock p.m. start time. But hello to my nephew, Josh King, and his kids who are here. They're probably not listening or watching, but they're here actually watching the game from Huber Heights. They came out here to watch the game in person. So we appreciate the King family here from Huber Heights making the trek from Huber out to watch us tonight. Going over the scoring once again, we only have the goals. We don't have the assists. And this is unofficial scoring. In the first period, it was Tom Rutherford for Tommy, his 5th goal of the season. Tom Rutherford. He is sophomore out of Chicago, business major, likes to go fishing when he is not playing hockey. And that was the Flyer goal in the first period. Meanwhile, for the Buckeyes, it was Valentino Carriero. I think, Jeff, I think I'm going to change my name. Valentino Jacobs. How does that sound? Is that or Kent Carriero? Maybe I don't know. But Valentino Carriero, and I'm just having fun. Val, if you're watching this game later, it was just having some fun. But Valentino out of Chagrin Falls, Ohio. You know where that's at? Is that around Cleveland? Chagrin Falls. Val 6'180", his 4th goal of the season. And then a nice play by Matt Dobrowski of Ohio State to score a go-ahead goal at the end of the second period. Matt out of Brecksville, Ohio, 6'176". That was Matt's 5th goal of the season. And so after one, it was 2-1 Ohio State. And then in the second, late in the period, Spencer DeLeo got a puck off of a shot. I think it was off a rebound. Power play goal, Spencer DeLeo. For Spencer, his 3rd goal of the season. And Mr. DeLeo Jr. out of Buffalo, New York. So it was nice, nice goal for Spencer, and that tied it up. So there we have it. After 2 periods, it's 2 apiece. And the Zambonis just got a couple more rounds to go. Again, the kind of messy penalty situation as it exists going into the 3rd period. 44 seconds remain in a penalty to Dayton's Luke Federico. And then with the scuffle in front of the Dayton net at the end of the period, end of the second, it was a 2-minute minor for Dan Seaman. He hails from New Providence, New Jersey, playing hockey at Ohio State. And he had a 2-minute minor at the end of the period. And for the Flyers, Connor Constable. Connor out of Long Island, New York. And he incurred a 5-minute major. Again, the referees, we didn't see any signals, so we're not sure what the penalties were. But it involved that melee in front of the Dayton net at the end of the second period. So, to set up this 3rd period, the Buckeyes are in the catbird seat at the moment in this tie game, as they have a power play with Federico in the box for another 44 seconds. Then I'm assuming the 2 teams will play 4-on-4 after that penalty expires. There'll be 4-on-4 for a minute, 16 seconds. And then Ohio State will have 3 minutes of a 1-man power play. And that's a major penalty on Dayton. So that means that a goal scored by the team with the man advantage will not kill off the rest of that penalty. When you are on a power play on a major penalty, you can just keep scoring. And you still have the 1-man advantage, whereas on a minor penalty, once a goal is scored by the power play team, that eliminates the rest of the penalty. So could be a setup of Uh, Positive things for Ohio State, but for the Flyers, we have to hope they can kill things off. Got a message from pal Louise. Looks like Kent and Jeff are growing out their messages. Well, thank you. I forgot. Oh my gosh, I got to do it. Thank goodness you reminded me. And I could have. A Buckeye player. Hold on. A Buckeye player got hit. Did he get hit into the boards? I am so sorry. Thank you, Louise. I am so happy. Glad you reminded me. Hold on, folks. There is a Buckeye player down, and we hope that he's okay. I have to a public service message to get out to you, but hold on. We want to try to make sure first that this Buckeye player is okay. He is shaken up. I don't know if he got hit into the boards. Do you see his number, Louise? Is it 4 or 9? Hard to tell. They are attending to the Buckeye player. Our pal Louise Sclafani is she's going to go down and actually try to see if she can see the number of the player. I have to read the public service in a 6. Okay, and he's back on his feet. That is Valentino Carriero. He's back on his feet. And heading to the bench. I have to read, I don't want to forget. I've got a public service message that Coach Morris wanted me to read, and I was fully intending to do that a couple of times tonight, and unfortunately I forgot. But let me try to bring that up. They're still attending to Carriero on the bench. And I hope he's okay. There's a message that I was supposed to read, and we'll read it a few times before the end of the game here. Movember is a month-long event in which people are encouraged to grow mustaches in order to raise awareness of and funding for related to men's health issues. Puck is dropped. We'll read that whole announcement a couple of times. I'm sorry, I had 2 intermissions to read that, and I completely forgot. Here's a shot, and Parks, it was off of his blocker. Buckeyes on a power play chance. Puck is cleared away. I'll read the rest of that Movember announcement. We'll get it on a couple, 2 or 3 times before we leave the air tonight. Buckeyes into the Flyer zone. Here's Cantini. He drops it off. It rims along the dasher. Now it's centered. Shots, and they score. Connor Williamson. A power play goal. Williamson, 5'9", 160 out of St. Louis, his 3rd goal of the season. A power play marker, and the Buckeyes take a 3-2 lead. But I want to read this. They're raising awareness for men's health issues. such as prostate cancer, testicular cancer, mental health. The Flyer hockey team is participating in this project as they grow their muzzies for these important health issues that affect so many men. As we know, being part of a team encourages physical and mental health, but also the camaraderie they share and dedication to service. There's another shot, and they score. The Buckeyes now trying to pour it on. That goal by Sam Gaffney, the leading scorer of the Buckeyes. Gaffney, 6'2", 175 out of Carnegie, Pennsylvania, his 9th goal of the season. That was another power play goal. Now 4-2 Ohio State. Here comes Kevin Bora. He's bumped into the boards by Smith.
Flyers trying to kill 2 5-minute.
The Flyers have 2 5-minute penalties now. Tommy Sieve got one. So now Sieve and Constable both in the box, while the minor penalty to the Buckeyes' Seaman is almost finished. It will be in 10 seconds. Then it'll be a 2-man power play for the Buckeyes. We're 2 minutes into the third period, and the Buckeyes have already scored twice. Centering pass, Dabrowski back to the point. Dabrowski centers, but it's behind Smith. Bucks hold it in. Here's Johnston. Johnston back to the point. Now back for Dabrowski. Back to the left wing circle. Shot. Blocker pad saved by Parks. Rebound held in. Here's Dabrowski. Dabrowski, top of the circle. Now back for Johnston. And we've got a whistle. Well, what was the whistle? Guess the puck must have popped up over the glass, maybe. Ted Stuber wins the draw. Back for Smith. Brett Smith bangs it along the dasher down the ice. Bucks go back. They have a big power play. 2-man advantage on major penalties. So again, goals will not eliminate the remaining time left in these penalties. Here is a shot by Carson Johnston wide of the Dayton net. There's another shot. Parks the save. Parks was shoving one of the Buckeye players out of his way. That was Andy Jacks. He was backing right into Tavian Parks, and Tavian took his catching mitt and said, "Hey, give me some room." There's a screen shot right on. Parks the save. Tavian Parks trying to keep the Flyers in the game at this point. 16-19 to play in the third, and the Buckeyes now leading at 4-2 on power play goals. Face off in the Dayton zone, and another whistle. Puck pops over the glass. 2 minutes left in the major penalty to the Flyers. Tommy Sieve. 1:15 left in the major penalty to Constable. For Ohio State, Dan Seaman drops it back to the right point. Moving in, now drop pass side of the nets. Seaman centers. It's tipped in front and broken up and cleared, but not out. Bucks hold it in. Screen shot, save with a stick by Parks. One-timer hammered up high over the Dayton net. Puck centered again. Another shot. Screen shot is broken up in front. Johnston drops it back to the right point. Now pass to the right wing circle. Back to the point. Shot and wide of the Dayton net. Seaman was looking for a tip, but it was over his stick. Flyers Piketty picks it up and he'll rifle it down the ice all the way. Wesolowski, one of the Flyer penalties is expired. The one to Constable. 35 seconds left in the other penalty. Shot on net and Parks the save. 35 seconds left in the Sieve major penalty. 4-2, the Buckeyes lead. It was 2-2 after the second period, but two quick goals back to back early in this third. Buckeyes control it in the Flyer zone. Behind the Flyer net, Gaffney drops it back to the left wing circle, back to the point. Now for Kudish. There's a shot. It's off of Ohio State's Gaffney in front, off of his skate boot. 10 seconds left in the Flyer penalty. Centering pass in front. Broken up. There's another shot, and Parks spears it out of the air. Big save as the power play for Ohio State expires. They do get 2 goals on that power play, the long power play. But at least Parks has kept them in the game now. It's only 4-2. Stuber wins the draw for Dayton in the Flyer zone. Flyers need to get O-zone time for the rest of this period. Players tangle up on the left wing boards in the Buckeye zone. There's a shot. Wesolowski made the stop. There's another whack at the puck. There's a scramble in front of the Buckeye net. Wesolowski's down. There's a blast. And it's blocked in front. Flyers need to get on the board in this third period. Get back in the game. Puck cleared all the way down the ice, and that'll be an icing violation on Ohio State. Now give me a chance to read some more of this special announcement about mustaches, growing mustaches for Movember. Please consider donating this very important endeavor by cheering on the Flyers and donating. Links can be found on the UD Parents and Alumni Facebook pages and Instagram. Thank you very much. And we'll read that announcement again in its entirety, uninterrupted. But there's a shot, and Flyers trying to generate some offense at the other end. Loose puck kicks down into the Dayton zone. There's a shot, and it's blocked by the Flyers' Brett Smith. Here comes Federico for Dayton. Into the Buckeye zone. He's poke-checked away. 12:15 to go in the third. Flyers. There's Meichenbaum. Pass on the right wing to center. Intercepted by the Buckeyes. They'll bang it in behind the Dayton net. Puck rimmed around to the left wing side, and Mark Piketty will shoot it down the ice, and that'll be an icing violation on Dayton. 11:50 to go in the third. Again, Movember, a month-long event, which people are encouraged to grow mustaches to raise money for men's health issues. That's what the announcement was about. And go to the links on the UD Parents and Alumni Facebook pages and Instagram page. And we'll read that full announcement again uninterrupted before we go off the air. Puck clear back behind the Dayton net. Back to get it for the Flyers, Piketty. Now for Ward. Ward to McClemens, and it gets skittered past him, shot by the Buckeyes as wide of the Dayton net. Mark Piketty, who's being shadowed by Camp of Ohio State. Piketty clears to center. Flyers come back into the Buckeye zone, but a couple of players collide, and the Bucks come back. There's a shot steered aside to the corner by Parks. Aiden Ward of Dayton bangs it off the end boards to teammate Declan Ployce. Declan, pass broken up. Flyers retain possession. Here's Kevin Bora. Bora being checked into the boards. Bora still has it. He tries to drop it off, but the Bucks pick it up. There's a long shot from the left wing, wide of the Dayton net. Here come the Flyers. Declan Ployce, number 4. Pass at center, trying to hit Federico. It's off his stick, down behind the Buckeye net. We are midway through the third and final period. There's a centering pass broken up for the Flyers by Tom Gillespie. Now a shot on the Dayton net and the save made by Tavian Parks. He'll hand the puck to referee Daryl Kindop. From the draw in the Dayton zone, shot save, rebound, they score! Parks made the stop, the rebound popped out in front. And for the Buckeyes, it looks like it was Connor Williamson. We've called his name out a number of times tonight. Connor Williamson out of St. Louis. His second goal of the night and 4th goal of the season. Now 5-2 Buckeyes. I know that after this game, if the results wind up as they are at the moment, that we will lament the Flyer trips to the penalty box. Here's Mark Piketty. Carries to center. It gets volleyed around between a couple of different players. And actually, a couple of players go down at the Dayton bench, and they have the puck tied up underneath them. There was a penalty on that play on Ohio State, is on Sullivan Planson. Plancon, Plancon, out of Powell, Ohio, which is a Columbus suburb. 2 minutes, so here's a chance for the Flyers to get back in the game, trailing 5-2. Parks will set the puck up for teammate Declan Ployce. He circles his own goal. Passes on the left wing for Bora. Kevin Bora, team captain. Back for DeLeo. Behind the Ohio State net. And that gets broken up and cleared. And Parks back out of the net to set it up. Ployce. Pleuss. Declan Ployce out of Chicago. Finance major. A minute left in the Dayton power play. They have not made anything happen yet on this man advantage. They're spending too much time in their own zone. Meichenbaum passes, drops it off. Now here is Sully Clark. Sully Clark, he's ridden into the boards by that pesky Dylan Smith. He has been a thorn in the side on defense tonight. Here's Brett Smith for Dayton, trying to stick handle through the defense. He centers. And I think, does Wesolowski have it? No, the puck is still loose. Another shot, and Wesolowski the save. 10 seconds left in the man advantage for Dayton. Hayden Ward goes down. There was no infraction on the play. Pass from Smith was up ahead for a teammate, but it carries all the way down on goal. Any recent messages, Jeff? Okay, because mine zonked. I'm going to leave it on this message because I need to read it again. Yeah. Just under 7 minutes to go in regulation. Face off down in the Buckeye zone. It's cleared away. The penalty's been killed off. Mark Paquette passes to center for Federico. It's just ahead of him. It's played for the Buckeyes by Andrew Chanfrau. Chanfrau, Chanfrau. Chanfrau out of Wayne, New Jersey. 6.5 to play. Flyers need to get on the board, get some offense going. Both teams trying to get their third win of the season. Flyers come in 2-6. Buckeyes come in at 2-9-1. Tripping minor coming up. That is going to be on Sullivan Plancon. 6'1", 175, Plancon. Another chance on a power play for the Flyers, and they get the face-off down in the Buckeye zone. Need to get some shots on net, boys. Several players from both teams digging at the puck in the corner. Now the puck spins around to the left wing boards and out of the zone. Back for Dayton. Big Ted Stuber passes on the right wing. Puck dropped off into the left wing corner. One of the Buckeye players goes flying. Shot by Stuber, and I think it was a pad save for Wesolowski. At least it sounded like it. Puck cleared, and here's Brett Smith. Brett Smith for the Flyers. Sophomore out of Pittsburgh, Brett Smith. Here he comes again. He passes up to center for Rutherford over the Buckeye line. Rutherford, poke checked. And the Buckeyes clear the zone. 45 seconds left in the power play. Here is Colin Umhafer into the Buckeye zone. He's ridden into the boards by Jack Camp of Ohio State. Flyers hold it in the Buckeye zone. There's a shot. Save. Rebound. They score. Power play goal. And there's another scrum, this time behind the Buckeye net. Flyers score a power play goal to cut the Buckeye lead to 5-3. At least I think so. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Is Kevin Bora going into the box? Oh, that would be a disaster if that goal gets wiped off the board. What is happening? Referees Lee and Kindop are discussing matters with the captains and associate captains of the two teams. The biggest thing right now is, does that goal count? It looked like number 8 of the Flyers team captain Kevin Bora went in. Now a Buckeye is in, and that is Mike Kudish. And for the Flyers, it's Mark Piketty. Coincidental minors, so maybe that came after the goal was scored. They have not removed the goal from the scoreboard. So that might be good news. Any new messages, Jen? So it is 5-3, and at least they have not removed the goal from the board. So that goal, I don't know who it was by. I do not know. Do you guys know who scored the goal, Louise? Yeah, I didn't see. And they didn't have a handshake line. Yeah, it looks like they're going to count it. So, yeah. So we don't know who scored the goal for the Flyers. Yeah. So they didn't have a handshake line. So usually the leader of the handshake line is who scored, but they didn't do it this time. So we're at 4-on-4. It says 5-3. There's a shot, and it's wide of the Dayton net. Flyers can get back in the game, or the Buckeyes can put it away with a goal. Back for Ohio State. Puck shot up to center. And they're into the Dayton zone. Here's a chance in front, and a save by Parks. Ho! Highway robbery on Dan Seaman. Nice stick work by Seaman to coast over to left wing and cut in right in point blank on the Dayton net, but he was stonewalled by Parks. And Tavian was able to cover the rebound. Face off left wing circle of the Dayton zone. There's a shot and a save by Parks. He stretches out, does the splits, and he catches the puck about 6 inches off the ice surface. Another big save. Tavian Parks has kept the Flyers in this game. Sully Clark wins the draw. Puck dropped off to the corner. Brett Smith tries to shoot it out. It's held in by the Buckeyes. Circling all the way around was Smith. He drops it back to center. Now back come the Buckeyes again. Olsen stripped to the puck. Flyers need to get down and get some shots on net. 2:45 to go. There's a shot by the Flyers, and it's wide of the Buckeye net. Another shot, screenshot, and Wesolowski caught that one. He holds on to it. Team's back at full strength now. At least according to the scoreboard, they're supposed to be. Or there comes the fifth Flyer. Okay. They were about to play shorthanded. Federico comes on. And there's going to be a timeout, I would assume, by Dayton, because I would assume that Tavian Parks might be on the bench with a face-off all the way down at the other end. If I were Coach Morris, but I'm not. But I would pull him right now for the extra attacker. You're down by 2. There's only 2.5 minutes to play, and you've got a face-off all the way down at their end. Why not leave Parks on the bench right now for the extra attacker? But we'll see if that's what they decide to do. Any messages, Jeff? Any phone messages? Mike is conked out. Let's see what we got here. No, that's it. Nothing new. You mind if I keep it here for a moment? Okay. So 2:29 to go in the third and final period. Buckeyes 5, Flyers 3. We do not know who scored the third goal for Dayton. They did not. And here goes Parks. I was going to say, I would have been very surprised if they didn't pull him right now. So they are. So the Flyers have a 6-on-5. They have an open net at this end, but this is last chance, desperation time for the Flyers. Racing back for Dayton to pick up the loose puck to prevent the open netter is Mark Piketty. Piketty, number 44. Looks to set things up. Pass on right wing. Now back to Piketty. Piketty up center. Oh, the puck is stolen away off his stick, and it is going to be a score by the Buckeyes, Sam Gaffney. Piketty was carrying the puck through center ice, and he was probably looking to try to make a move or two around a couple of the Buckeyes, and the puck just came right off of his stick blade. And Johnny on the spot was Sam Gaffney. That is recorded as an empty net goal. Tavian Parks back in the net for Dayton with 1.5 minutes to go. The Buckeyes have sewn this game up. They lead it now 6-3. Well, this is a disappointing one for the Flyers, no question about it. You look at the Buckeyes' record coming in, 2-9-1, and you figure they had a real good shot at this one. There's a nice defensive play by Owen Meichenbaum to break up Dan Seaman from trying to get a shot on net. 1 minute to play in the third period. Now, just going by the records, you thought the Flyers had a good shot at this one, especially after the great game they played against Ohio, which is really, you would assume, is a better team maybe than Ohio State. But things things were good. There's a shot by the Flyers at the other end. 0.5 minute now to go. It was knotted up at 2 apiece. It was a great game. And then the penalties in the third period. 2 major penalties on the Flyers and several minors. And the Buckeyes scored in this third period 2 power play goals and an empty net goal. And meanwhile, they were able to keep just the Flyers just 1 goal in this third period. 8 seconds left. And again, stay with us. Right after the game, I'm going to read that Movember message in its entirety uninterrupted that I forgot to read earlier. My apologies to Coach Morris, and thankfully our pal Louise Sclafani was reminded me of that to read it. I get forgetful in my old age. Penalty on Ohio State. It is Carson Johnston, 2 minutes. Johnston out of Croton, Ohio. I have no idea where that is. Shot from the draw from the right point, broken up in front. And as another shot heads toward the Buckeye net, the buzzer sounds, and that'll be the end of the game. As the Ohio State Buckeyes, they scored. Did the Flyers score right at the end? Oh my gosh, who got it? Do you have any idea? Sorry, I have trouble seeing it this far down. Well, apparently the Flyers scored. And I don't know who got that one either. So the final score ends up Ohio State 6 and Dayton 4. They form the handshake line. The two teams will shake hands. Very entertaining game between these two teams. Again, like I say, I think if the Flyers go back on this one, they're going to lament the penalties in the third period. That kind of got out of hand. But so like I said, I'm going to read this entire announcement. I appreciate everybody sticking with me. Movember is a month-long event in which people are encouraged to grow mustaches in order to raise and grow awareness of and for funding research related to men's health issues such as prostate cancer, testicular cancer, and mental health. The Dayton Flyers hockey team is participating in this project as they grow their muzzies for these important health issues that affect so many men. As we know, being part of a team encourages physical and mental health, but the camaraderie they share and the dedication to service extends beyond the rink. Please consider donating to this very important endeavor by cheering on the Flyers and donating. Links can be found on the UD Parents and Alumni Facebook pages and Instagram page. And thanks again to our pal Louise for. I read the message. I tried to read it some during the third, but I had to keep interrupting it. I guess I got it the whole thing now. I'm sorry, I forgot. I get so forgetful. I'd forget my head if it wasn't on. Yeah, yeah, crazy stuff. So, but thanks again. Thanks to our pal Louise. Louise is on camera. There she is. And Jeff. And is it Jeff McClemens? McClimans. Okay, I always mispronounce that. I always say McClemens. But thanks, Jeff. Jeff McClimans, Louis Sclafani, and you're Liam's mom, right? And stepdad? Okay. So, and stepbrother? His brother. How did he hold up with all the yelling up here? Is he okay? He did fine. That's good. Oh, good. And thank you guys for the pizzas. I held one up earlier. Here it is again. Lou Malnati. And we heard from some folks from Chicago. I know Brian Jones. There he is. He says, thanks for the broadcast, Kent. You're welcome, Brian. And if you know Lou Malnati's, maybe you're aware of that too, being from Chicago. Chasbo 3000 says, thanks, Kent and Jeff. And Robin Rutherford, we read her message earlier, said thanks as well. So thanks a lot, you guys. Okay. Movember. Do we have a chance to read that again? When's their next game, Jeff? I read it and then I forgot. Oh, it'll be December. Oh, okay. Okay. And that's Movember, and we're asking everybody to go to the UD Parents and Alumni Facebook. Dayton Parents or the alumni page. Okay. And that's Facebook. Now, is there one Instagram too? Okay. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, guys. Thanks for that. And sorry, I forgot to read it. But I just I forget. You can tell me one thing, I'll forget it 2 minutes later. Well, thanks, guys. Have a safe trip back to Chicago. Thanks a lot, guys. Yep. Thanks. Bye. Go Flyers, it says. Okay. So, thanks again to Louise and Jeff for their nice gifts and taking part in tonight's game. Well, folks, we have time to get a 3 stars in. It's going to be weird because I don't know who scored the last 2 goals for Dayton. They didn't have celebration lines that I saw. So, again, usually the handshake lines after somebody scores, the leader of the line is the goal scorer, and they didn't do it at the end. So, um, um, 3 stars is kind of makeshift at this point. Um, number 3 star. Oh, shots. What were the shots in the game, Jeff? Total that you had? Oh, I've got your phone. Huh? Unofficially.
Flowers had 27 shots on Ohio State. Ohio State had 41 shots.
Holy mackerel. Yeah, so Ohio State unofficially outshot Dayton 41-27, and 6-4 the final. Bu- 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 bu. Um, the goal scorers that we know about, or at least that we unofficially, for Dayton, Tom Rutherford and Spencer DeLeo, and for Ohio State, Valentin scored twice. Sam Gaffney scored twice. So certainly those two fellas. 3rd star of the game, we'll give it to Tom Rutherford of Dayton. He scored the opening goal of the game. And the number 2 star of the game, we'll give it to Sam Gaffney for his 2 goals. Sam Gaffney of Ohio State. And the number 1 star of the game, um, we will give it to Connor Williamson of Ohio State. Connor got 2 goals in the 3rd period, and he helped him before the game with pronunciations. So that's the tipping point. So that makes him the number 1 star of the game. So again, the 3 stars: Rutherford of Dayton, number 3; Gaffney of Ohio State, the 2nd star; and Williamson of Ohio State, the number 1 star of the game. And again, our next action will be. Let me bring up X. And it's going to be on December 1st, a Friday, here in Springfield against the Bowling Green State Falcons at 9:40 p.m. Eastern Time. So mark it your calendars, December 1st and 9:40 p.m. and we will be with you against a tough Bowling Green State team. They're going to be tough cookies. Always Bowling Green, a good solid program up in northern Ohio, and so uh, we'll see them next. Winning goalie on the game today, Tom Wesolowski goes to 1-4-1 on the season, and for the Dayton Flyers, Tavian Parks played very well. He did stop 36 out of 41 shots, but with this, the loss, he drops to 2-5 on the season. With the win, Ohio State goes to 3-9-1, and with the loss, the Flyers drop to 2-7. So, speaking for Jeff DeFord, our engineer and producer, my name is Kent Jacobs. Again, the final score tonight: the Ohio State Buckeyes 6 and the Dayton Flyers 4. Until December 1st, we bid you good evening from the National Trail Parks and Rec Department Chiller Rink in Springfield, Ohio. Good night, everybody.